Welcome back
Hello.
to episode 2.
Yes.
I have Lionel Da Silva here,
Yes.
the creator of this music that we're going to be listening to for the first time.
Yes, sir.
In this episode, we're discussing All the Same.
Yes.
Talk me through that.
So All the Same actually was written, I've got a date here, was not written, the idea was written in like 2011. That's how
2011,
old.
a year after the World Cup happened in South Africa.
So this is 2011. This was the original.
That's really cool.
So that's the chorus. But I
Okay.
think I wasn't mature enough to write the song at that stage.
Okay.
And I think life, like I said in the first episode, since 2020, life has really challenged me.
Yes.
And I think now's the time. And I think it's also about, I'm different. I feel I'm different, like a misfit, if you can label it like that.
A misfit?
Yeah.
In what sense?
I don't know. I'm different. And people look at me and I am a bit different, but in a good way. And someone like you, for example.
Different in what sort of way?
Just the way I do things,
Okay.
how I approach life. I've got some OCD issues, stuff like that.
Like you're busy fiddling with your mic now. That's very OCD.
Yeah, and making noise. But again, this is a podcast. It's all good in the hood. But yeah, I think the song's about acceptance, fundamentally. And it's not about my acceptance. It's actually the world accepting me.
Okay.
And the tone's about that. And I literally end the song saying,
That's interesting.
I'm okay being different. Let me be different.
Is that not maybe just your perspective?
Perhaps.
Don't we all, in some sense,
I'm sure.
feel
Yes.
that we're different to the world? All of us.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's interesting. Maybe this is the thing with these songs, it's right now it's all mine. And when we release it to the world, it becomes other people's, and people interpret the message differently. And I think that's beautiful also. And I think it's also part of music. But for me, it's like feeling caged and just wanting to be accepted,
So you're all the same.
I'm all the same.
Okay. Talk me through the creative process. You've spoken about the acceptance piece and the deep meaning, and we heard a little snippet there
Yeah.
of you playing in the bathroom.
It sounded like it. Eh?
We're going to hear the non-bathroom version just now. But tell me, that was a very raw version. I just heard guitar and you singing.
Yeah.
What sounded like quite like you're into it. Like you sounded like a young guy that's
Yeah.
just like reckless abandon, just singing in the shower.
Yep.
So how do you take it from that to what we're going to hear?
Yeah.
What's the creative process there? Do you start from scratch? Do you already have in your head for the last 4 years how you think it should sound? Do you have to undo that in your head before you put this down?
So I think lyrically, it's actually the first time with all these songs where the lyrics influence the structure of the song. But I kept the same rhythm. So let me just go through this quickly. I think the biggest thing with this guy, all the same, is the drum beat, obviously.
Okay. And that's computerized?
Yes. So
Right.
all MIDI. And then obviously the guitars, I still kept the guitars quite exactly what you heard in the first demo. We got the second verse, just more appealing. So that's all the same. Literally all the same. You can hear a lot going on.
The guitar sound nice and full.
Yes, there was a production thing. So from the course I took, obviously, the guitars was something that I never got right.
Yeah.
And with this release, it's in your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the creativity was basically lyrics formed. Like, for example, I had to double up the verses because I felt I needed more time to speak to the lyrics. A lot of fun things with drums, but I'll let you ask more questions.
Okay, that's great. So I've always thought from a musical perspective that you only need 3 instruments to make a full sound. So drums, bass guitar, electric guitar.
Yeah.
Because your drums obviously fills in the beat. It's got the hi-hats, it's got the kick. So you've got the treble and the bass,
Yeah.
your bass guitar, and then your guitar kind of fills in that higher range, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, definitely. So, like, from production-wise, I got obviously all that. I got the bass is played for real, the guitars are played for real, and the drums are MIDI.
It's incredible how far the technology has come.
100%. It's so easy
Like,
to.
you could hear a fake snare from a mile away. Like
Yeah,
10 years ago, you're like, that's a fake snare. Now you can't tell the difference. But also, I think that the acceptance of electronic music has progressed.
Yeah.
You see a lot of bands have progressed in that as well. Like you see Coldplay, they come from a very alternative, grungy type of setup, and they now including a lot of electro drums in their music.
MIDI stuff.
Do you find it's possibly the same for you?
I do. So, for example, down here, I've got a lot of MIDI stuff, and I think it adds texture. So I'm going to just open this guy here. Piano, which I'm sure you love. Again, this...
Why are you sure I love that?
Because you love piano. You dabbles in the piano. So yeah, some violins, and then I think towards the end...
Nice.
And then if you add that with the...
And do you have a MIDI keyboard that you play that on?
No, this is actually just written. All written in in Logic, basically. So just, add texture.
And I can hear a bit of distortion on the bass there.
Yeah. That's a production choice. You
Nice.
want that bass to translate to different speakers, and that's actually one of the techniques.
That's very cool.
So yeah.
Okay. Can we listen to the song?
The whole song.
Well, we can listen to some of it, yeah?
So I think I'll focus on... Let's do a bit of a verse and a bit of a chorus. So yeah, let me take you through. Let me do the second verse. Let me unsolo everything.
Play me the part of the song that you're most proud of.
It's all of it. Quite honestly, like the lyrics are so different, and this is the thing. And I guess part of the the lyrics is something we should chat about. There's a particular songwriting book by Pat Patterson. I forgot his name. Let me just check out. Writing Better Lyrics by Pat Patterson. I was correct. This thing unlocked potential. I've read a few lyric books, but nothing unlocked potential like this guy. And I think one fundamental thing that came out of it, not just like rhyming schemes and stuff like that, and how to create tension and release with rhymes. One thing he explained so well, and what I've never done in my previous releases, is the storytelling. So your first verse is a bit of the stories. Your chorus comes and it gives you the hook, gives you that thing that you want to focus on. And then the second verse adds a bit more information. And then the second chorus comes, and then bridge adds completely different perspective. I never did that before. So that's fundamentally changed on all these songs.
I think what's happening there is that you're creating the music and then trying to have lyrics kind of fit into the music.
Yes.
So you're the kind of person that like creates a riff and you're like, this is a cool riff.
Yeah.
You play with that, and then you're kind of like, this would be a nice chorus, and stuff starts coming to you, and it's like, now I need lyrics.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
some people write lyrics first.
100%.
And if you look at the relationship between Elton John and his lyricist, I mean, Elton John didn't write any lyrics. He had a lyricist. He just wrote the music, right?
100%.
So he'd have lyrics in front of him, and he'd just put music to it. That's a completely different creative process to writing music. So I think for someone who can admit that they are historically not very good at lyrics, to all of a sudden be good at lyrics, I think it's fantastic. It means that you've really tried to delve deeper into that and understand how to do better. Yeah, because not everyone can do lyrics.
Yeah, and I think that's the next challenge for me. I'm quite confident with the production skills now, like mixing and having fun with the type of sounds I should use. It's the lyrics is key, and I think that's what sets things apart. So, for example, this, you gave a good example. It's the first time in my life where lyrics has dictated that I needed all my verses for all these songs that we're going to chat about to be, I think, 4 or 8 bars longer. And that's what I've done, and that's what happened with, I'm going to play because you did ask. I'm going to play with the second verse.
I did ask you. I want to hear it.
So that minor explosion breaks my brace. The minor explosion was, since 2011, I had that line in the song. And then I've just not repurposed it. I figured out how I needed to say it and what it means.
What does it mean?
I think it's a metaphor. It's like,
explosions that break my brace.
And then there's a line where I say it rips my face.
It rips your face.
Yes. And I think it's things that I feel like I'm going to chat about it in the next song. So I might as well say, like, I've had major teeth issues, and everyone in this room is fully aware, but the world won't be. where I've lost 50% of my bone, and I feel like aesthetically I don't look as good as I used to. So that's what that rips my face is about. It's actually how I feel my face is deformed. Though it's not, I know it's not, but it's metaphorical, and it's like everyone around you sees it. So it's like that explosion keeps on blowing up, that feeling of shit, I look this way now, or I'm bald, all those inadequacies that I label them to be,
the things that you think are
yes.
Okay.
So that's why I'm all the same.
The things that you think are inadequate.
But that's why the song's about acceptance, because I have to accept myself. I'm not going to go have hair now. My teeth, I can't reverse it, or the bone in my teeth, I can't reverse. So I have to accept it, and that's what those lines are. And then I'll go play the chorus for a bit. And there's so many times I've had conversations about my teeth.
Very cool.
And it's like, I feel it's a conversation.
That's really melodic.
Yeah. Also the changes, you hear the drums halfway through the chorus, it changes, the patterns change with the hi-hats. And it's just to create pace. And I'll play the last outro just to continue that message. 'Cause the scar remains. I'm not the same, and I'm okay with that. So that's me just saying, I'm not the same. I'm not the same person I was when I was in my teens. I used to have hair. I used to have decent teeth. Now, I'm different, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm accepting it. I want the world to accept it. Because a lot of people are going to probably see my teeth, especially in everything I'm going to do on social media, that something's not right, or not normal. And it's all part of that, being afraid to show myself to the world the way I am. But I have to accept it. And that's the fundamental, and the scars remain. The scars remain.
Okay. Look, I think what's fundamental to understand is that we do change.
Yeah.
Even in the space of 10 years, you fundamentally don't believe what you did 10 years ago. Yeah. And if you do, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like,
we get older.
We all change. We change our beliefs, the things that matter to us, our insecurities change, or So that's what I love about this is the honesty. There's a lot of honesty in the song. There's a lot of honesty in the music.
I think that will be a theme.
There's a lot of honesty in the lyrics.
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking how old you are?
So
the listeners can.
Well, at the time I release this, I'm 35, going to 36.
I mean, 35 is still young. So
feeling old, bro.
It's a lot of insight for that age.
I don't know if it is but it's meaningful, it's honest. But I think that's fundamentally a fundamental pillar of what I am Lionel. That's why I've stuck to I am Lionel, because I want it to be honest and meaningful. Do you want to hear some of the pieces on the guitar?
Yeah. Play for us.
I think I'll play the particular sections. So this is the chords I established like in 2011 basically. Then it's just
Are you drop D there?
Yeah. In the chorus I just add this little, I think it's the 7th. Something's out of tune, tune it after.
Sounds amazing. I love that. Drop D on the E string, drop down to D, so it gives that extra punch. Yeah.
There's this little dissonant. But
and it makes it a little bit easier to play, like some of the chords, because instead of having to use the...
it's basically influenced from Biffy Clyro, I think. Yeah. Biffy Clyro now plays very down-tuned and stuff.
Very drop D.
But I think the biggest, what I just want to focus on here is like these same chords in my previous songs, I always used to change up the chords, progression between verse and chorus. Now I've kept it the same. I've just changed like the accents or how I'm playing the particular chords. So that's also a big thing with this release. It's actually, they're simpler songs. And you'll particularly see the other songs.
But I think that there's a fine balance there. You look at a band like The Muse, can be quite complicated.
Yes.
They've managed to take complicated music and make it accessible and simplified. But easy listening does require to think about music in more of a simplistic sense.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think that's it. All the same. It's the first song that we'll release. Obviously, that's why we're doing the first episode. And yeah, I'm excited to see how people feel. I have shown it to a few people, and I think a lot of people like how the chorus changes up the beat. And yeah, please listen. If you like what you hear, let me know.
Comment below.
Yeah.
In the comment section below.
Yeah.
But anyway, up next, we'll explore the sonic landscape of I Can Breathe in episode 3.
Get ready for that.
We'll see you on there.
Cheerios.